Hello and welcome to CNN News 18. Today we have a stalwart on screen, a stalwart on field. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the legend SUNIL Shetty and RAHUL to CNN News 18.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much for joining us. Rahul, thank you so much for joining us too. So we're here for the launch of XL Moto, and tell us more about it. What made you probably say yes to this?
I think it's always the founder. Great idea, e-cycles. Someone who's been in the business of bikes and overhauling and designing bikes for a long time, Akshay Vade, had done Ahan's first bike. You know, a first bike in the sense for the film, Tadap. Brilliant, beautiful bike, exactly what the director and the producer wanted. Did up my my Bullet, which I still use. I mean, like I always say, it's not a Harley or any other bike, but a Bullet that I have, and Akshay had done it. So when Akshay came up with this idea, I thought, discussed it with the kids, and they thought it was a brilliant proposition and something that they'd like to be involved in, and that's when it happened.
You were an instant yes.
Yeah.
Same for you, Rahul. Like, was it like an instant yes when it came from him? Somebody that you can always rely on, probably.
Yeah. I mean, he just firstly told me to go and meet Akshay first and just spend 30 minutes, an hour with him. He didn't tell me what it was for. So yeah, when I met him and he walked me through the brand, his idea, his vision, the design, the tech, all of it was just too exciting for me to not say yes to and be a part of. I was obviously looking at a way to be a part of this change of going more smarter and doing things, being more sustainable. So this brand happened to come at the right time for me, and obviously knowing that he's involved and Ahan is going to be involved, it's something, it's special for us to be involved with something that all of us believe in. He's obviously spoken about his love for bikes. In his movies, there's a connect with bikes. Ahan's first movie had a connect with bike. I've always wanted to be a part of this movement and change. So XL Moto just ticked a lot of boxes for me, and I'm happy that I have this opportunity to work with all of them, but also be a part of a brand that has so much promise, and the vision that Akshay has and what I've gone through is very, very special.
True. So what's the major USP when it comes to XL Moto? When you have to associate it, because we love like he said, we love that you love bikes. So there must have been something that ticked your box.
Sustainable. Something that is affordable, something that is stylish, something that's going to bring about a change in every city that it lands up in. It's pure green or environment friendly when it comes. It's good to look at, it's good to drive, it leaves an impact, a positive impact, and is Indian, I'd say proudly Indian, but engineering that is going to deliver to the world. So it's tech savvy. So I remember Rahul and Ahan looking at it. I said, guys, look at it, and if you all believe, then there's something up, let's plan. And they rode it, and they wanted to bring it home. The first ride that they had, and even today when we were shooting, we've been riding throughout. I don't think we got off the bike even for a second. You got to go 50 feet away, you want to use the bike. So I see this as a bike that's going to hang on to my car, to my car or my van through my shoot days, probably just riding it around, but just perfect.
Absolutely. He spoke about sustainability as well, which right now is kind of the need of the hour for all of us. As people who kind of have an influence over the mass crowd in India, how much of an important statement is this by you supporting or backing something like this? Yeah,
I think, we're already like 5-10 years behind on that, in terms of when we should have, as people should have jumped onto this movement of being more sustainable and being more, just being more aware of the things that you're doing and the things that you're using. And if there's a chance or there's an opportunity for you to pick something more sustainable, you should, and we should have done that a long time ago. But at least now, I think this is a small way of making people more aware of aware of that and aware of their choices. And I think our generation right now is at a stage where we understand that this is, like you said, the need of the hour, and all of us need to do our bit to help in that movement. So yeah, this is our way of just telling the people that we are doing our bit, and everyone can jump on board and use something that is like he mentioned, it's affordable, it's easy to use, it's also stylish. I also realize that our generation will not just use something if you put the tag sustainable. They also want it to be cool, look good, have fun using it. So yeah, XL Moto, the e-bikes are all of that. So yeah, this is our way of just telling our country that, you know, we are in that movement, and they can, if they like it, to jump on board and use this. And the more XL Moto bikes that we see on the road, the more we're going to be happy and satisfied that we played a part.
True. So you mentioned about sets, and we cannot leave you without talking about Bollywood and the film industry as such. At a moment where we are seeing a huge success when it comes to films from the South as well, the cultural representation in Kantara, the previous part, the current part, it's absolutely riding high on success. You being from the place where the whole culturally active things that you've seen in the film, will we be seeing you ever in such a film if given an offer?
Of course, definitely. Any film that's going to make a difference. I'm somebody someone who's very connected to the roots, and that's why your reaction to a film like Kantara, and every film like Kantara that succeeds, that talks about our roots, our history, our culture, I think only gives you the vision to believe that anything to do with this country, if presented right, has an audience, has a huge audience. We always believed in our Daivas, we always believed in our Bhutas, Nagas, our Durga Parmeshwar, where I come from, in Shiva. So I think this is a new beginning, you know, and suddenly you see Kannada cinema with KGF and Kantara has gone to the next level. It's probably numero uno when you talk about filmmaking. Once again, reminder for every state that within you lies so much that you just have to go into, look into, and make. And I'd love to do a film like this. For me, a border was something that gave me that opportunity, or a Hututu gave me that opportunity, or a Red Alert gave me the opportunity. Where we spoke about our people, our culture, our heroes, and anything like that, I'd more than happy to do.
Absolutely. He spoke about being back to the roots. You know, as a player, when you're off playing, you know, how do you keep yourself grounded? I mean, I'm sure the family plays a huge role as well. But how do you go back to roots? What's your way to go back to the roots?
I think that's the beauty of sport, and that's something special about being an athlete, is that sport will never let you leave your roots.
That's
you know,
right.
the minute you do it, it will come back to you in ways that you wouldn't want to be in those positions. But through your journey, you've always, like, the sport will keep reminding you to stay humble and keep your feet on the ground. And respect is something that it teaches you on a daily. Respect for your family, respect for yourself, for your teammates, for the people that are viewing and watching. Yeah, so for me, I've never had that problem of wanting to go away to find an escape or find my roots again. I obviously am very, very connected to Mangalore and where I grew up. We keep going back. I keep going back every year. A yearly trip to go back to Mangalore is a must on my schedule all the time. Yeah, so that's something that I like doing. It's not something that I feel I should do, but I just, you know, it's a part of me and part of how I've grown as a person. So yeah, that's the only thing that I do. Apart from that, it's just, we get very little time between cricket tournaments. So whatever time I get, you know, I try to spend time with the family. And now that I have a young daughter, I'm not leaving home for anything.
Absolutely. So
we are not leaving home. My God, yeah.
Absolutely. I was just going to ask you that. It's going to be extra difficult for you to leave for sets now from home?
It already is. It already is. I don't want to leave home, and if I do leave home, I want to go back home. That's the only thing I look forward to. Scary, because I've started dreaming about her.
Oh God.
The first thing I get up and I want to see her face, and probably happy. More than happy to do that, because she's just connected us even further. I always thought that we were a very close-knit family.
True.
Didn't realize that this one child would get us even closer. That's why I say the best Diwali. We missed him because he was playing, and country duty above everything else. And we're proud of the fact that he represents the country, and the way he does it is important. But got to spend the entire Diwali vacation with her and around her. So she was she was the mithai in the thal. She was the firecracker in that also. So she was complete. She was a complete Diwali package for us. The diya, everything, just about everything. Magical.
How much do you rush back home now, Rahul?
I told you before the interview also, I don't want to be here. I want to go home. It's for me super special, and it's also it's hard because I've just been away for the last 3 weeks playing cricket, and I've come back home. I know I have only 5 or 6 days at home, then I go back again for a couple of weeks. So I just try to make the most of the days that I have here, and it's a special time in my life, and me and Atiya especially. We've never felt or experienced happiness and joy like we are right now. We're just in a really good space, and we're blessed.
Absolutely. So speaking of Ahan and speaking of Border, what were your tips when you heard that he's going to be a part?
Nothing. I said, be real. And, it's a film that he wanted to do at any cost. He was willing to give up anything and everything for that film. And for me, it's a legacy of a film that I've been attached to, which moves on to him. So though I'm not a part of Border 2, but a part of me is a part of Border 2, and my heart is in Border 2. So excited for all of them. And the beauty, all I can say about Border 2 is it's given Ahan the confidence and the belief that fellow actors make a big difference, and you can be friends,
Wow.
Someone like a Varun, someone like a Diljit, they've got along like a house on fire, and I think encouraged each other to do better. A stalwart like Sunny being there and taking care of all three of them. Suddenly he realizes and says, Dad, I don't understand why people aren't comfortable doing double and triple hero films.
Wow.
And that's the confidence that you need. And I think one will see that in Border.
Absolutely. Did that also change your perspective when you were doing Border? Like the same perspective, probably you could do a multi-star film.
No, I always did multi-star.
Of course,
I was always comfortable.
Absolutely.
I started with my first film actually was Waqt Hamara, and Balwan released first.
Yeah.
So I was always very comfortable, and we didn't think that way. We thought the more the merrier. The audience gets its worth, and that's exactly what is happening. Has started happening now. People are looking forward to multi-star cast films, and actors with their USP delivering what they're best at.
Okay, I have individual questions for you, but there's one question which has two different angles probably. I will start with you. Do you believe that since we have access to so much content now, do you believe the audiences has become a little too critical, and we're forgetting the fact that movies are made for entertainment and not necessarily always a message needs to be given?
No, the thing is, abuse is views. And it's because of that people are believing that if I abuse, I'll get more views, so I need to do that. And everybody believes that he or she is a critic, not realizing that when it comes to cinema, all you can do is, there has to be critical appreciation of cinema. You've got to understand cinema. Why has China banned people talking about health, talking about finance, if they aren't educated in that field?
True.
I think something like that should happen here also. If you are educated in that field, then talk about it. Otherwise, don't talk about it. Appreciate.
True.
Appreciate it. I mean, I can't talk about a subject that I'm not well versed with. You know, I might comment on it, but commenting doesn't mean criticizing. And because I said this entire bit of abuse being views, it's what even if you see it from a media perspective,
True.
it's about who's first. It's not about who's right.
That's very true.
You know, so change these things, and this needs to change, and there has to be an order passed to change this, because you're hurting too many people.
That's right.
And you have no right to do that, you know.
I understand. Rahul, with you, do you believe that critiques in sports have also changed, or has it always been this way?
No, it's obviously, we always knew in India, cricket's the most loved sport, and with that comes, you know, there's this age-old saying, right, that everyone in India is a coach. Everyone knows cricket, so everyone feels like they know a lot. Everyone knows the mistakes I make. Everyone knows what I should be doing not to make those mistakes. But I think in the last few years, with the social media boom, has just become a lot more, and with that means that we are exposed to a lot more like criticism and a lot more abuse, a lot more trolling. And most of it is from, like he said, from people who are not probably journalists or not from like big media houses. It's just someone sitting in some part of the country who's just, who has access and has
believes has a voice.
Which I think was the point, to give people the freedom to express themselves, but now it's just been abused a little too much. And for us, I think, like as athletes, we realize that, you know, these are things that you can't control. So you try and let go, and like you realize, you know, there's no change that I can make. So rather just ignore and move on with your life and focus on yourself. But it does get to you. It does get to me. It does get to the other players, and we always find ourselves sitting and talking about things. And he's like, "Did you see what this guy said? Did you see what that guy said?" And we're like, "Who is that guy, or who's that lady?" But it's just there. I mean, I think athletes or people in a high pressure job would really appreciate if that stopped, and if it was kept down to like mainstream media and people who are proper sports journalists, or people who are journalists who've covered sport for a long time, and you know, they say something like he said, you know, you're educated, you've spent the time, you've done your years, and you know, gotten better at it, and then you are qualified enough to comment about athletes who are representing your country, athletes who have, you know, sacrificed a lot and gotten to that position, athletes who are sacrificing a lot, and you know, we have families as well, and our families sit and read newspapers and go through social media and watch the news, and if it's not a nice thing for my father or mother to put on the TV and have someone abuse their son for no good reason. So the world would be a much happier place if that stopped. But we're all in hope of that happening someday.
Absolutely, and fingers crossed, like Sir said, probably they'll all be loved at some point of time.
Absolutely.
You know, before I leave you, I have...
There is a lot of love. There is
absolutely,
a lot of love.
No
but
doubt.
For a few, you know, who choose to be vindictive and abusive, I mean...
You can't really do anything about it right now, unfortunately. Okay, I have a few rapid fire questions for you two. This was initially meant for the whole family as such. But okay, quickly we'll start. One value that you two stick as and that makes you family.
The belief that family is everything.
Okay, for you?
Love and respect.
Wow. One favorite moment for you two about each other that you always remember?
For me, my favorite moment with him would be I think our wedding.
Okay.
Our wedding day was very, very special. And I mean, most days like I said, we're always working, and end of the day we spend time together. That's one thing that sticks out to me. And seeing him as a grandfather, I think.
I was just going to say that that transformation, that expression when he from a boy to a man, from a Mr. to a father.
father.
You know, I think that feeling and that expression that I see on his face every morning or evening or whenever when he's with Ivara.
Absolutely. Box office records or scoreboard records? What's bigger in the family?
Scoreboard for me, definitely.
Box office is more talked about for sure. Yeah.
No. I think scoreboard, definitely.
No doubt.
Definitely. I mean, every game he plays is probably 10 blockbusters for me. Yeah, that one game, because it means so much to all of us.
Absolutely. Last two questions, guys. Good food for life or every film and every match is success? Choose between these two.
That's a tough one, bro.
If you ask me, from a father's point of view, when I watch him play, I'd say I'd give up on good food just to make sure that he's successful.
What about you, Rahul?
That's
The Mangalore and the New is
tough one
demanding
to
food.
choose. Like if you don't give me good food, I'm not going to be able to perform well. So it goes hand in hand. But right now, I would say good food. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, last question. 3 definitely must-try foods from Mangalore that you two would recommend.
From Mangalore?
From Mangalore.
I'd say bhaji sajji hai, the breakfast. It's a must. I'd say kane
Okay.
and rice. And I know he'd say that. I'd say gadbad ice cream.
Ice cream.
Your 3 choices.
1, 2, 3 for me is that ice cream. Yeah, and
3 favorite foods.
yeah, the fish fry in Mangalore is different. You have to have
That's true.
the fish ghee roast or whatever, like seafood. Any of the seafood in a ghee roast, neer dosa. I'm a big fan of the buns. Buns for me was
Woodland buns?
I like buns for breakfast more than sabji.
Okay.
Yeah, and gadbad, bro. Ice cream. Yeah, you have to eat the ice cream.
Absolutely. No doubt. Thank you so much, guys. I took a little longer, but thank you so much for bearing with me and lovely chatting with you.
Thank you. Thank you
And
so
make sure that you're reaching home very soon.
Yeah.